Some of them are in this room. Some of them are in all of the different buildings. I mean, think about it. But you guys have got to make that choice. This was really hard for me, and I bounced between topic to topic to topic because I wanted it to be right. But I picked this theme because I taught this Get the Lead Out interterm, 28 students, tabletop war gaming. It was so much fun. And a lot of people, I mean, think about it, there's 28 people, there can only be one winner, which means you've got 27 losers, right? And there are people who are concerned about that. And I'm going, why are you concerned about losing a game in which you push little pieces of metal around? I just am not ready to play yet. And I can understand it. I can understand it. But it was like, that was a signal to me. It's like, okay, we've got to do something about it. Right? And that's why I picked this thing. Don't be afraid to lose. I never learned anything from winning. Not even modesty. You don't learn modesty from winning. You learn ego. I mean, I love to win. Don't get me wrong. And I'm a very competitive person. But everything that I learned came from losing. And it's because I wished I wasn't going to roll over. What did I do wrong? How do I improve it? Who should I talk to? What's the best way to, to change the situation? On and on. And of course, I'm a historian, so if you don't change the situation, the past is going to repeat itself in the future, and you're just going to do it all over again. So you make all the adjustments, but the conditions have changed, and you make a whole new set of mistakes. Right? That's okay. Because like I said, as you get older, you lose more and more and more and more. But I got news for you. It's not so bad. You're not going to believe me, but I'm a much better person. Much better person than I was when I was 20 years old. And I got a long way to go. Well, is that it? Yeah.
How do you respond to failure or losing? Like, what do you do?
The failure of what?
How do you respond to failure? Like,
How do I respond to failure?
What do you do?
I
What do you do to
cry.
continue on?
It depends on the kind of failure. It depends on how much is at stake. I mean, if I was a soldier and I confronted failure, I could die. So I'm not advocating that anybody go out there and seek failure. Right? Failure is going to find you. It will. I got turned down by the graduate school that I really believed I was going to. University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. I wanted to go to that school more than any other school. And they turned me down. I got accepted to Brown. I got accepted to Harvard. I got accepted to Michigan. And Yale. I went to Brown because they gave me money. But I wanted to go to Illinois, and it never, I just really wanted to go there. This is the school that I had picked. I picked, Brown, because I always, I tell students, pick schools that you don't think you're going to get into and apply. Right? They're only going to say no. And the guy that I wanted to study with is a guy named Richard Sauer, who's retired now. He was a social historian, Roman historian at the University of Illinois, Champaign. And I met him at a conference. And I told him, I was at lunch. Right? We were at the table, and I found him because I wanted to find out. And sat down with him at the table and goes, I really wanted to go to Illinois, but I didn't get accepted. But I got accepted at these other places. And he goes, well, I can't remember your application, but I read it. Because if you said you wanted to study with me, I read your application. And I'll put money on it. Right? But the reason why you didn't get accepted is because what you wanted to do at our school, we don't do. And so he started to describe the kind of history that they did, the type of social history, which is cliometrics, the measurement of history through statistical study. They're social scientists. I'm a humanities person. I'm all about feelings. And so the reason why they turned me down is because that's that's not, they don't do what I wanted to do, and all of a sudden, you know, so you may think, you know, I thought I'd lost, right? And I was upset about not getting into that school, and I find out that it was actually a blessing in disguise because I really didn't have all the information. So you gotta be really careful about the way that you react to disappointment, because there's much more, dude. There's a lot more going on to it. When it comes to things like your profession, the loss of loved ones is a completely different situation. But it's, we use the same verb. That's the thing that's so amazing about it. To lose. Lose loved ones, lose watches, lose games. And it all goes back to this very, very old Indo-European verb that means to let things fall apart. It's the same verb as to loose, you know, loosen. Things fall apart because you can't maintain them. I think that's why people don't like winning so much, because losing is the iron law. So victory is so important. And I think you gotta be careful not to be afraid. So it's okay to get upset, disappointed, and so forth. Figure out what's going on with you primarily, and then make decisions about how you can change and adjust. Because it's going to happen again. And that's okay. It could be a blessing in disguise. Yes.
You say that our generation fears losing more than you've seen in the past.
It's just an excuse to come up with my talk, really. I don't know. I think it's because it has more to do with my perspective than it does to do with you. But, you know, I never saw anybody get afraid of, you know, playing a game because they were. That kind of was the trigger that surprised me. And I know that, you know, I mean, we get bombarded with this literature about, you know, we're putting too much pressure on kids, we're coddling them too much, we've got the helicopter parent generation thing and all that. So it kind of fit in with that notion, and that's why. So if I've told you nothing that you didn't know already, then awesome. That's good. But I hope that, you know, if there are going to be people in here, I hope they help, because I was not a very secure kid. I'm still not a very secure person. But I was very shocked. And there's lots of pictures of me kind of looking anxious with my hands clasped like this while everybody else was like, I just wasn't, you know, a go-getter type. I was very introverted, and I didn't like looking stupid. Being the fifth kid, you've got four older than you who are reminding you of what a worthless maggot you were. That's a little extreme, but if you've got older brothers and sisters, you know, it's not, it's good. So I don't know, you know, if I misjudged it, then I apologize. But times are